to my space. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those that don't know me, my name is Linda Elwa, and I have been out of the space for a very long time, for a while. I apologize, but also I don't want to keep apologizing because at this point it seems a bit insulting. And I'm making this video today, which is, it's a sit down, but I will call it a visual diary. Yeah, so I'll call it. It's a visual diary of my thoughts, of what's going on internally, but also of letting out some words that I feel have been stuck within me and in my throat for a very long time. And it's holding me back from fully being expressive, and from finding my voice. I feel that I've suppressed myself for a very long time. I've suppressed my voice for a very long time in spaces that matter and in spaces that I'm required or when I should speak. And I've been struggling a lot with trying to place this fear that I still am processing and working through, the fear of expressing myself, the fear of my own voice, of letting out my voice and having my voice being heard. You know, I think those who know me outside of YouTube, those who have me on their WhatsApp, those who follow me on Instagram will somewhat tell you that I've just been on this journey of just trying to find myself, of becoming. I feel like I'm on a journey of becoming the woman that God has called me to be, the woman that I'm destined to be, but at the same time there's a lot of fear. And I remember last year in November, towards the end of November, I had a very huge breakdown, emotionally and mentally, because for the first time in my life I felt that I was tired. I felt that I was tired of running away. I feel like I've been running away from this person that God has called me to be, this woman that God has called me to be, whom I don't know, but I'm supposed to meet, and that I'm supposed to be on this journey of becoming. But I've been running away, and I've been scared. And I've been scared of who she is, or who she might be, and who she might expect me to be. And this also involved me stepping into my authentic self and being an authentic person. I always talk about authenticity, and I try to live my life as real and as honest as possible, and in trying to show up as my most real and unauthentic self. But because of these internal struggles that I've been going through, of feeling like I'm not being myself, feeling that I'm denying myself and who I'm supposed to be, denying my own voice, it's always held me back. And it is starting to hold me back, genuinely, even in my own career and in my own job, where I'm expected to show up and to take up space and to share my views and share my opinions, but the fear has always suppressed me. And I've been doing a lot of reading, I've been doing a lot of introspection, I've been doing a lot of journaling and praying, trying to place where this fear is coming from, because it's here and it's there and it's been there, but just trying to place it exactly to where it stems from. I'm one person who writes a lot. I journal actually a lot. I like to journal in my personal journal, but I also like to put up statuses. I think those who have me on WhatsApp will attest. I do put up messages that some might resonate with me, or share a thought that I'm struggling with, that's on my head at the time, and just trying to understand this person and this fear. Lately I've been reading a book that I've had since 2020, to be quite honest. That's how old it is. But I never had the opportunity to sit down and read it. I never gave myself the opportunity to sit down to read it. Becoming by Michelle Obama. In fact, I had the book since 2020. I kept it for so long. I even gave it away to my sister because I haven't been reading it. But then I downloaded the audiobook, and I think for me, because I generally go to gym in the morning, it's helped me. It's easier for me to read or to listen to the book, because when I'm at the gym in the morning, I can just plug it in and listen to it. So I've been listening to this book by Michelle Obama, and her sharing her journey of being and of becoming. And she spoke a lot about issues that I resonate with, topics that I resonate with, and I think a lot of Black women resonate with, which is self-doubt, which is being afraid to step in and step out and take up space, and also of being afraid of your own voice, of really using your voice and authentically showing up as yourself in spaces, whether it's professionally. For me, it even extended into my relationship, where I've always had the fear of sharing or using my voice, you know, and not because my partner is someone who would suppress me. In fact, he wanted and he wants me to always share my views and, you know, take up space in the relationship, because we're equals and that's how he views me. But I've always had this fear, and it goes into my work, you know, as a professional, where you are a senior in your role, but you get into meetings and you just sit and you're quiet, and not because you don't think, not because you don't have anything to say, but because you're scared, to a point where it's starting to cause an frustration with the people that you work with, because they expect so much from you, but you're scared. So I read the book by Michelle Obama, and it resonated with me so much about finding my voice and the importance of finding my voice and showing up authentically as a person. But in listening to that and being inspired by that, I then started to ask myself to say, where does this fear come from, right? Because I wanted to place it, because I feel like until I know where the problem lies, it's hard for me then to be able to work from it. And the memory that came to my mind for the first time, or at the thought of this question, was when I was 9 and when I was sexually molested, and carrying that pain with me for a very long time as a child. 9 years old, is sexually molested, and you carry that. You don't speak about it. You don't share it with anyone for a very long time. And when you do share it with the people that you trust, people that you hope will carry the pain with you, and they do carry the pain with you, but their first inclination is, we need to protect the people that are closest to us, because if we were to go and report this issue to the police, it might hurt the people closest to us, right? Getting a bit emotional, and I think this is the first time that I'm speaking about it on camera. So from there on, or that's when I believe this habit of shutting myself, of putting myself at the end of the ladder, at the end of any list, at the bottom of any list started. Because that message, I might not have known then, but looking back now, it told me that my voice doesn't matter. That there are far more people, more important people around me, whose emotions, whose emotional well-being, whose well-being matters more than mine, whose voices matters more than mine, people that are more worthy. And I carried that pain with me. And you get into professional spaces and you work with people who are men, who also make you feel that your voice doesn't matter. And you carry with that, it builds onto the trauma that you've already been carrying as a child, that I was already carrying as a child. I mean, I was sexually molested at the age of 9, and it was by a close family friend. I'm gonna call them that, a close family friend. 9 years old, it happens. It happens again at the age of 11 by the very same person. I carry this pain with me up until the age of 16. Up until the age of 16, I don't tell anyone. I suppress it and I carry it with me. And finally, when I share it with the people in my life who are supposed to protect me as a child, the decision comes to, we can't tell anyone. We can't report it because it's gonna hurt other people. So I carry that with me. I become an adult. I get into the professional space where my voice has already been silenced or was silenced as a child. And I try to find my space, largely in a profession that requires you to have a voice. A profession that demands of you to take up space. But you can't. But I can't. Because I've never known what that looks like. In fact, the story of my life tells me that that's not welcomed. That's not right. That if you were to raise your voice, you are going to be hurt. If you're going to raise your voice, you're going to hurt others. So I continue my life. I'm 30 now, going on 31 this year. And suddenly, that can't work anymore. In fact, my life commands of me to let go of that belief. But how then do I carry on? How do I unpack and unlearn and heal all of that trauma that have carried me for such a long time? Trying to find my voice and to use it without fear. And being okay and knowing that I matter, that my views matter, that what I have to say matters, and that it will be well received and it will not offend others. So that is the journey that I'm on.